One Star Rewind.
All right, we're here with Summer Shine. Summer,
That's me.
how in the heck are you doing?
You know, I'm doing okay.
You doing okay? You doing
Yeah,
okay? I've been seeing these posts, like kayaking.
Oh my gosh.
In the morning?
So much kayaking in the morning, kayaking at night, kayaking in the middle of the day, kayaking with friends, kayaking alone, kayaking in a sit-in kayak, sitting in a sit-on kayak. Yes, with my dog, without my dog.
I was going to say, kayaking with animals.
Close, yeah.
I love a good naked kayaking. Yeah,
naked kayak in the brazos.
In the brazos.
Because you know it's clean.
Yeah. I've been in the brazos like twice. I mean, I've kayaked and I've paddleboarded and stuff, but like swam in it two times. And both times you're just like, I need to go like take 9 showers.
Yeah,
like,
you feel super dirty. So I bail out of the kayak every single trip. I like to be in the water because I'm a water sign, Scorpio. Thank you.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
That was basically just my dating profile, just right there, Scorpio.
Scorpio, wink, wink. Do you have a kayak?
Yeah.
Meet me on the river.
Meet me on the river.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, good. I've been enjoying these pictures. I mean, being out on the water and stuff is always so nice. So if we didn't have a newborn, maybe I would come join you. We don't have a kayak either, but I have a paddleboard, and I could kind of stand and.
Yes, I want to get into paddleboarding. That looks like so much fun. And the girls that are on paddleboards always look super hot.
They're always that way.
They're like on their knees and so cute. I'm just in my kayak.
It's always very like Instagrammable. Like they're on their paddleboard. Yeah. That's not me on the paddleboard, but I still have a fun time. So. All right, Summer. Well, we're gonna dive in. Okay. We're gonna review Luna Juice.
Yes.
This was the first company you started.
Yeah, it was the first company I started.
Okay, first
correct.
company. Okay, so this is kind of the baby.
It is.
I'll say it now. So my quick story. I said I wasn't going to do these stories, but so when I moved back and we started the Waco escape rooms, it was like 2015.
Yeah.
Late 2015, and you were at the silos. You had your Luna Juice truck there.
Yes.
And I remember, I don't know, we had maybe met somewhere, or maybe you came and played the room or something, but you were like my first other small business in town that was like, yeah, let's do something together. And I remember we did, like, you promoted the escape room at the food truck, and then we promoted Luna Juice at the escape room, and people that escaped got like, go get a free Luna Juice, we had to go down to Magnolia. And that was like, that always meant so much to me. I don't know if I've ever expressed that to you, but that was so cool because I didn't know anybody here. Like I was a Baylor student, then I left for 2 years, and I came back, and we're trying to start this business. And I was like, oh my gosh, like she's willing to do this? Like that was so cool. And so I always appreciate that. So
well, that's awesome. I'm glad that that's the memory that you have.
Yeah.
We also, when you very first opened, I brought my whole staff down there for a Christmas party.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. And I brought everybody down there, and we did not escape.
Yeah.
Because we know how to make juice, but we cannot work together as a team to get out of a room.
I think I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
at one point, I just sit down in the middle of the room, and I was like, "This is my circus.
Well,
these are my monkeys."
Those were like the OG rooms that were like very hard. So
they were super hard.
Oh yeah, they were really. We've lightened up a lot since then.
Good.
So you played it like the tough version.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, Summer. Okay. Well, anyway, I had to say that. So, but now we're gonna talk about a 1-star review.
This is a good one.
I pulled this one off of Yelp because Yelp always has. I know they pay people to leave weird, hilarious, bad reviews.
Right?
They do.
I mean, they have to.
They so do. So I went to Yelp. That's where this one comes from. Eric is the reviewer's name.
Love Eric.
We love Eric. We say his name. You can go look this up on Yelp. No profile pic.
No.
So, and this is his only review he's ever left on Yelp.
This is the only.
He literally, Eric created his Yelp account.
I can't even.
For this. I know.
Can we just stop right here?
We just love Eric. We love Eric from Amarillo. Amarillo. Eric D. From Amarillo, Texas. I don't know if he still lives there. And this was a while back, summer. This was January 21st, 2017. So over 5 years ago.
We would have been open at the silos for 2 months.
2 months? Okay, 2 months at that point.
Yeah.
So this is, very, very long time ago. But that's okay. We're going to dive in. All right, Summer. You ready? I'm going to give us, I'm going to rewind us.
Let's do this.
5 years. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do a little rewind. Thank you. Thank you for contributing.
that?
That's my rewind noise.
That's the oh, okay.
That was my rewind. Oh, I thought you thought it was sounded like a turkey. I should have prefaced it. I need a sponsor for my rewind noise.
You really do.
Yeah,
you really
so
do.
we'll make that more. Oh, I love that you did it with me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I do what I can.
All right. Eric D said, upon reaching the truck situated behind the Waco hub, Magnolia, I was informed that the only product they still had was smoothies. I pondered which flavor would be best, seeing as they have very few options. I decided in the smoothie of the month, apple spice. At $5 a piece, I expected something fresh, but just as I ordered it, a woman from the back opened a fridge, shouting, "Boom!"
That was probably me.
Probably summer.
Boom!
Pulling out a partially melted pre-made smoothie. Although the aroma was tempting, as it smelled of cinnamon rolls, despite the fact the smell didn't match the name and it was already half melted, I decided to give my $5 investment a taste. The flavor is like no other, very similar to bitter liquid cinnamon rolls. The texture was an entirely different story. I would compare it to the consistency of mulched up cardboard. The pieces slowly creep their way down my throats, much like glue, slowly oozing down a surface. Collectively, the experience was not one I would pay to relive. I would suggest saving your money and not falling prey to an unforgettably bad drink.
This guy,
Eric,
just paints such a vivid picture.
And it feels like a snowball picking up steam down a hill, because it starts off like a lot of reviews do, like very detailed, blah blah blah, and then it just kind of
and then it goes into this like whole other he's like in another place.
My like 5-year-oldness of me wants to be like, how do you know what glue
I know
tastes like down your throat? You know,
I was like, you've been eating mulched up cardboard there, buddy.
All right, Summer.
Yeah.
I know it's 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But what happened? Do you remember this?
Oh, well, I can tell you all kinds of things. Number one, we work out of a food truck.
Yep.
There's not going to be a lot of options.
Sure.
If you have a menu the size of BJ's, you know how you go to BJ's, it's like a book.
It's a book.
It's like 19 pages long.
It's like the Bible.
Totally.
Menus. Yeah.
There's just no space to put things on a food truck. And I think at the time, food trucks were still kind of a novelty.
Yeah.
You know, people were used to seeing taco food trucks,
Sure.
but not used to seeing other kind of food trucks. And
Yeah.
so, we have a small menu.
Well, so did you have your brick and mortar before the food truck?
No.
No, it's food truck first?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So it was delivery first. We were just doing delivery.
First. Okay.
And then,
what year was that?
2014.
2014.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And then we were invited to the silos in 16.
Okay.
So.
And that was like the first grouping of food trucks that they had there? Was that?
Yeah.
Or because was there any food trucks before you were invited there? No. Okay.
I was actually the first phone call
Really?
that they made. So to invite me
Very
onto
cool.
property.
I
Yeah, it
love
was really neat.
Do you remember, did they like come, did they order it? Like, did you deliver it to like their staff or something? Or how do you?
So I had been delivering juice to, Joanna and her little group of office people for a long time.
Yeah.
And so they were very familiar with our product.
Cool,
and our
cool.
juices stand out. I mean, we do have the best juice.
Oh, yeah.
And so, so she
Very
had just
cool.
called me up one day and was like, "Do you have a food truck?" And I was like, "Of course I do." I did not. I did not. But I'm a 3 on the Enneagram, so I was like, she wants me to say yes, right? And I was like, yes, I do.
Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so you said yes.
Yeah.
Your next call, was it to
my next call was to like Emily Mills. Emily.
Yeah.
And I called Emily and I was like, I just totally screwed up. And she's like, we can make this happen. And we did. I got a little team of investors together
cool.
and they all invested. It was a small investment.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it was really neat. It was my first experience with investment.
I love it.
So that
and they
was
got
neat.
The food
They were
truck
all
going.
partners. Yeah, it
Cool.
was really cool.
Dude, Summer, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I
it
love
was
that
really
it just like I love like the group effort, the collaboration, especially when everybody's like, okay, what's your timeline? I need this in 3 months.
Yeah,
or something,
that's exactly how it was. I was like,
so. That's funny.
But it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. And
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Cool. Well, fun. Okay.
Yeah.
So I knew you had the brick and mortar too, but I was not sure. So yeah,
Yes.
limited menu. What do you remember what's the flavor? The apple spice? Do you still carry the apple spice?
Who knows? No, we don't carry it anymore.
Yeah.
No, and this is at a time when we were trying new flavors. And we had a few smoothies that were like staples. But we were catering to a really healthy crowd at that time.
Cool.
Everybody that was ordering delivery from us was really healthy. And I have this like little sense of pride in me that's like, I'm not adding ice to smoothies because I feel like then you're just paying for water. I don't add water to the juices and I don't add ice to the smoothies, which gives it a super different texture than a smoothie you would get at a larger chain.
Sure, whatever those ones might be. Whatever the names are. Okay, that makes sense.
And we don't use any refined sugars. And so our smoothies taste healthy as opposed to what they're used to going to like 7-Eleven and getting a smoothie.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And so we deal with this particular thing a lot.
Okay.
Now, I do remember this apple spice.
You do.
It was not our best decision. It was like chalky. Like we had added vanilla protein to it to give it like a vanilla flavor.
You get a little punch there.
Yeah, get a little and it was man. I do remember this one being a particularly chalky is the word I would use.
Well, I'm so bad at like what month besides what's the thing at the Starbucks like the
pumpkin spice. Yeah.
I know that's October. I get it, but apple, is that a January thing?
So here's what what you may not know is that apples are harvested in the winter.
I did not know that.
They are harvested in the winter. That's when they are the best.
Okay.
And then they get if you think apple cider, apples, that's all in the winter.
Okay.
That's all things that happen in the
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so apple spice it kind of went with the month.
Yeah, totally.
Let's move on. I want to talk about he calls it a $5 piece. Which I don't know. At $5 a piece, I don't know what a piece.
Yeah.
It sounds like a European term or something, but he's from Amarillo. $5, like, that is not.
That was cheap.
Yes.
That was cheap. They're not $5 anymore, my friend.
No more. You go get a thing of sweet tea, you're paying $8. Like, and that's just water.
I know the markup on those things.
And tea. Oh, I bet it's crazy. Those Alabama sweet tea people are doing well.
They are doing okay.
They're doing okay. Maybe they'll come on the show. We'll look and see if they have a 1-star.
Yeah.
$5 is not. That feels nitpicky to me. Yeah. I understand. So if he had, let's get into the mind of the reviewer.
Yeah.
We love to play the assumption game here.
Ooh, I like
so.
This.
He's at the park. He wants a smoothie, which is interesting. So he gets his one smoothie. It's not great. He's not happy with it. Tastes like glue going down his throat. Do people ever come back? Like, can they come back to the truck and say, 100%. This does not taste great?
Oh, yeah.
And what happens or what used to happen there?
We replace it or we make them a new one. Yeah. We give them their money, whatever it is that they want.
Sure. Okay.
Because it's rarer than people who do like it.
Sure.
So we're usually very, very good about replacements and, helping people out. We want them to be happy whenever they walk away, and I think it's funny too that like he was like, I ordered it and and she brought it out of the fridge going boom, like it was.
This is where the review he's getting into it.
Yeah,
like
this is where he's like really.
He's stretched.
Yes.
He's warmed up. He's like, I told him about the apple spice and the $5. Now we're gonna make this a fun review.
Now here it comes.
He does the boom.
Yeah.
You think that was you yelling boom?
I'm 100% sure that was me. I'm 100% sure. Who else?
Bring it. I know. Bring in the energy.
Who else?
But why? I love how he had to throw that in here. Like, do you read this like that's a negative thing, or he's saying it just to be descriptive? I ordered it from the woman. Okay. I ordered it from a woman from the back.
The word shouted, which to me is always an indictment on my character. People be like, quit yelling. And I'm like, I'm not yelling. I'm just talking very passionately.
You're shouting at me.
Right.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah, so to me, that's negative.
Pulling out it. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Shouting boom. Okay.
So, and another thing people don't understand about food trucks is, you have to have food prepared because if you get a long line, you need to. So what we do is mix 3 smoothies at one time and then put them in a freezer.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact it wasn't melted.
No, it was in a freezer.
But it doesn't have ice in it. So again, there's this consistency because the ice helps emulsify it. So it stays more of a thick consistency.
Okay.
But it's half water.
So
you're not getting the so I started this business because I wanted people to get healthy and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And so I was like, I'm going to put all the nutrients in it you can possibly put in it.
Yeah.
Which does not include water.
So
people are a little like confused about what a whole food smoothie is as opposed to like.
No, you're dropping knowledge on me. I didn't know this. So if you add ice to the smoothie, you used a big word. What was it? Emulsified?
Emulsify. Yeah.
So that makes it not. So then you put it in the freezer. It doesn't. The texture looks different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so when the ice blends up, it blends up like a smoother, and it takes the other food that's in it and blends it better. Like the ice is
kind of gives
if
it
you
a.
think about when you have a garbage disposal in your sink and you drop ice down in it chunks everything up.
Yeah.
Same thing in a smoothie, so it makes the smoothie smoother.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
I just don't want to charge people for ice.
Well, yeah, and I wouldn't do that either. And then you gotta upcharge it for ice. You gotta carry the ice because all the thing. That would be a problem.
That's the real thing is that you have to carry the ice.
You have to have the ice. Then you have to have
hard,
the ice.
Yeah.
So then he pulled out a pre-melted. Okay, although the aroma was tempting, so he was nice. Yeah. The aroma was tempting. It smelled like cinnamon rolls, but it's a spice. It's apples. I guess cinnamon rolls is cinnamon. But I can see
spice has cinnamon.
Yeah, I can see that being similar.
Yeah.
It was already half melted. Okay, so that's where we're getting at. So he thinks it's half melted. Because the look of it, is that where he's getting at? Or
yeah, so the consistency is different, and they separate quicker than one with ice because, like I said, the ice kind of helps mix it all together.
Okay,
and so it could have looked a little melty, but it came out of a freezer.
Sure,
it wasn't melted.
Would it have worked to? Well, I guess maybe not. But could you have put it back in the smoothie and
yes, and that
freshened it up or something?
And we do that now.
Okay.
We do that now. At the time, we were not.
Sure,
and so now. We pull them out, put them into the blender, but there's only 3 blended up at a time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're fresh.
That makes sense.
And it's not like we blend them at the store and then bring them to, we blend them on the truck, stick them in the freezer so that when somebody walks up, they get served immediately. Because when we first started, we were making each smoothie as people wanted them, and it was taking forever. And people get real stressed out when you take 5 minutes to make a smoothie. Real stressed out.
They start doing the stare and they're getting antsy. And,
man, I wish we could have found a 1-star review on a watermelon when somebody's like, "It's just a watermelon. Why did it take 20 minutes to get it?" You know, and I'm like, "Oh my god."
There was one, and I was like, but then I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Yelp because I think that
one where they were like, "This watermelon was hot."
Yeah, or something. I didn't see that. Oh, that's hilarious.
And it's chunky. And I'm like, "That's a watermelon."
We had our students. We do this program with high school students, and we were selling products across the street on the school bus that we renovated. And I always try to give the students like some sort of like competitive something to aim for. So I'm like, okay, guys, like whoever sells the next, cutting board, I'll let you go get one thing at Magnolia. And so like, all these high school students, they're like local, obviously they're local Waco kids. They like never go to Magnolia. They don't even know what's in there.
Right, of course.
They never, they're like, well, what would I buy? Do the home decor stuff. And I'm like, no, there's like food trucks. And they're like, what? So anyway, this one girl won. And so we're like looking up the food truck options and she sees Luna Juice. And then there was the watermelon. And that's the most like visually appealing, like everyone. So she wanted that watermelon so bad. So I walked over there with her, and she thought that was such the coolest process. Like they have the drill, and they're making the hole, and they blend it up, and she loved that thing. So I love the watermelons. That I was like, Adam, let's not talk about a watermelon. We'll talk about something else. But
they are
clearly,
kind of the thing.
Yeah, they're clearly the thing. They're clearly the thing. Yeah. Okay, what I was gonna say. So it didn't match that. It was half melted. Oh, what? So you wanted to create a healthy drink for people.
Right.
Why was it smoothies? Like, why was it Luna Juice?
Well, so I started it because whenever I am on a health kick, like I am all the way on a health kick.
You
like
do
there's
it.
Yeah. I'm like, up at 5 a.m. I am like getting my protein, my macros in.
Yeah, let's do it.
And it, you know, and I wanted to really just fill my body with goodness. So I was juicing and I was making smoothies all the time. And then my friends were wanting them. And I was like, you know what? Juice bars are kind of a hot thing right now. I think I'll just start a juice bar.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it was really important for me to have high quality ingredients and for the food to be 100% food.
Okay.
You know, like it's nothing, there's no additives, no preservatives, no, you know, artificial flavors, none of the sugars are refined.
Just things that you are grabbing at the store or whatever.
That's right, 100%. And so that was so important to me. Yeah. But there's an educational piece that comes along with that because people think that they're rolling up to Jamba Juice and getting something really healthy. Yeah. And then Jamba Juice was sued a few years ago because they were using the word healthy, but there's nothing healthy about it. You know, it's like
just sugar
and cow's milk and, you know, just a bunch of stuff that's just not great for your body. So,
I remember looking up and this was like a while back, like at high school, but like you look up the ingredients and you're like, dang, like look how much, like just
look how much just crap
and the sugar
there.
Is always the thing that like and I know, and I'm not a health person, but I know there's like, isn't there good sugars and bad sugars or something?
Sure,
there's like natural
natural
sugars or something, but then there's like the preservatives or like the things that we're making ourselves that maybe aren't coming from the earth and stuff like that. But
right.
So did you start, because you're from Temple?
So I was born in Temple.
You were born in Temple.
And then I lived in Austin. I moved to Austin when I was 16 and lived there for about 15 years and then moved back here. Or moved to Waco. Yeah.
So what brought you to Waco? Because I mean, it was the booming metropolis that is Waco.
Not the booming metropolis whenever I came here. So
I think still it's improved a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're getting there quite yet, but maybe we are. Maybe we are.
I came here for a break from Austin.
There you go.
To be honest with you, and fell in love. Met a man.
There you go. Fell in love.
Yeah.
All the good reasons.
Yes. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. And then stayed in Waco.
Cool. I know. I was
Who does that?
It has to only be for people because I did an undergrad at Baylor and then I didn't really know what I wanted to do. It was like, do I go back home? Like I'm from Portland, so I had to go back to Portland. What do I do? But I was in a relationship. I was dating this girl, and you know, you're just like, oh, we're gonna get married and all this stuff. And so I pretty much was like, what would keep me here in Waco? And at that time, it wasn't a job. There were no jobs really,
right.
You know, or whatever. But it was a grad school, and so I remember I just pretty much stayed for grad school because I was in this relationship, and then of course it like didn't pan out at all. So then you're like stuck. I'm like, well, now I'm in Waco.
Well, here we are.
Yeah. Now what do we do? So, but anyway, I feel that. So you came to Waco for the man, but then you started the juicing here, or did you start that? Like, did you always do that? So was that a thing in high school? Was that a thing when you lived in Austin?
Well, in Austin for sure.
Yeah.
And then here in Waco primarily. This is crazy. I got on birth control and I gained 40 pounds in 1 month.
Oh my!
Yeah, I had a super adverse reaction, and it's not just me. A lot of women have this issue with birth control, and it was a particular type. And it's easy to gain 40 pounds in 1 month, and it's impossible to lose 40 pounds in 1 month.
Oh yeah,
it's just it was a hormonal thing. Yeah, and so it took years to get all that weight off. Yeah. And part of it was through, being conscious of healthy eating and things like that. And, so I had started the health journey a long time before I started Luna Juice.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, my son had moved in with his dad in high school. And so he lived in Temple. His dad did. So me and my husband moved to Temple because I was like, you're not getting away from me, buddy. We moved like 2 blocks away from his dad.
You're not getting away from mom.
I'm like, you want to run? Run.
You fool.
Yeah.
I'll see you after school every day.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was hilarious because we moved there, and then 2 weeks later, my son moved back in with us, and I was like,
"Oh
jerk.
my gosh!
Couldn't have done this
you
in
couldn't
Waco?
Seriously. Now we got to be down here.
So I started Luna Juice technically in Temple.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
at the farmer's market there. There was a farmer's market in Belton.
Okay, yeah.
And at the time I had a Vespa, and I would just put everything on my Vespa.
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious.
Dude,
oh my God, you should have seen me on my Vespa with all my
with all your Now I'm just picturing it with like 15 watermelons like going up on a Vespa.
We had not started the watermelons yet, thank God.
Yeah.
It was just juice, but it was like pitchers of juice. I'd put them in between my legs on the platform.
Just driving this Vespa to the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Dude.
It was great.
Okay.
I mean, it was good times. Like the beginning is, I always tell people this, like I'm a serial entrepreneur. I love starting businesses.
Yes.
And then I'm just like, once they're running well, I'm like, well, this is boring.
It's like, here, you do this operations person. Now let me go start another thing.
Let me get it turnkey.
Well, there are many people that can't get off the like starting line to start a business. So I mean, that is hard. I mean, it's both hard. It's both hard to keep something going and structure and grow and all that stuff. And then it is equally hard just to get it off the ground and go. I mean, so all those skills and traits are like hugely important.
Right.
You know, it's just everybody.
And I feel like they're two totally different skills.
They totally
if
are.
you have both of them, that's great.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, that's okay. It's probably better to put like all your energy and like 100% into one thing. I feel like I'm 50% here and 25% here and 10% here and 5%. It starts to dilute it all, and it's tough. So,
agreed.
So why Luna? Why the name Luna?
So my son's middle name is Moon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I just really wanted to honor him. I really, just wanted him to have this sense of like, my mom's not just the idea, like I had been in the restaurant industry my whole life and worked and ignored family. Sure. Basically, I was working 80 hours a week in the restaurant. I ran a 24-hour pancake. Kirby Lane, Kirby Lane?
Oh, I know Kirby Lane. Yeah, I mean, I've been there like once or twice, but I know the name. I mean, that's iconic.
Yeah, so I was there forever, and just things like that. And so I wanted to honor him. I wanted him to know he was more important than anything in the world. Yeah. So I originally named it Moon Juice.
Okay. Moon Juice.
Yes.
It doesn't have quite the same ring, but
it does not. And I was sent a cease and desist order from a huge company in California called Moon Juice.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, and I was like devastated. I was like, no. But then Luna Juice came of it. It sounds so much better than Moon Juice.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah. And I knew our marketing was working because a huge company in California
found out about Moon Juice.
So
I would frame that, put that on the wall.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
We had a company, they were based out of Wisconsin for pedal tours or like the pub crawl. And they were trying to claim, their lawyer had sent us a letter saying you can't put like the whiskey barrel on the front of the pedal bike. They had like trademarked that. Like, you can't trademark a barrel on the front. So they had like pictures of their pedal bikes. And I'm just like, we had our attorney send their attorney these pictures of other pedal bikes like in California and New York that had the barrel. And I'm like, are they a part of this franchise? Like, well, no. Well, then what? Come after me, dude. And then we never heard from them. So I'm like, come on. But I remember we were going to frame it and then now I lost it. But that would be really cool. Yeah. It is. But anyway, Luna Juice just pops. It just looks so, I mean, I don't know. They need to change their name in California to Luna Juice.
Correct.
And then you can send them a cease and desist letter.
Correct.
But, no, that's cool. Okay. So then you start making them at home or like you do the farmer's market. Mm-hmm. And then at what point did this come to Waco? And then did you do farmer's market here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got on at farmer's market here in Waco, which was a huge thing for us. Sure. It was just such a big deal. Yeah. Waco farmer's market is booming.
Oh, it's a great market.
And at the time it was by the river. Do you remember when it was under the canopy?
Under the trees.
God, what a dream.
That was always such a nice
It was
setup.
so beautiful. Mm-hmm. It was just the greatest farmer's market. Mm-hmm. And at one point we were in 7 farmer's markets on Saturday mornings.
Dude, what the heck?
Georgetown, Round Rock, Harker Heights, Temple, Waco. Yeah.
What year was that? When were you doing 7 farmers markets?
2015.
So this was 15. So this was before you got the call.
Right.
From Joanna.
Right.
But you were just gunning. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So had you thought about brick and mortar or a food truck?
I mean, eventually that's where we wanted to go.
But you were just trying to run the farmer's market game.
Yeah, but I was just trying to and we did well in the farmer's market game. Yeah, we did really well.
I like that and you can give some insight here, but I like that it feels like this 6-day lead up, like you're prepping, you're planning, blah, blah, blah. And then it's just one hit, like 8 to 1 or 9 to 12, whatever the hours are,
Right.
all happening at one time.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like everyone comes back together, takes a breather. How did it go? And then you do it for the next Saturday.
And that's exactly how it was. We would pound the pavement Thursday, Friday, making juice. And I'm telling you, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning until midnight on Fridays.
Dude.
I mean, it was crazy. I would go pull my son out of school halfway through the day on Fridays and be like, he's got a doctor's appointment every Friday. Every Friday. He's got a doctor's appointment.
He's going to be with his therapist. Yeah. Get him out. He has to come hang out.
Yeah. And we'd bring him up to the juice bar.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, my gosh.
And we'd just be there. And I had a friend who was so interested in juicing that she would just come volunteer.
Oh, cool.
And she ended up being our first GM. She was my first paid employee.
What?
Yeah.
You call them a jam?
A GM.
Oh, a GM. I thought you had a new term. I was like, what is a jam?
Yeah, she's my jam.
She's my jam. She's my new jam.
She was my ride or die. I would like roll up to her house and throw the door open and be like, get in, we're slinging juice. And she'd be like, okay.
That was Summer. That's so much like my mom. Like, I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to recall now, there were probably times where I got yanked out of school. She, owned businesses and was doing stuff where I didn't even know why. They were like, your mom's here to take you. And I'm like, okay. And then I'd show up and she's like, we got to do this big event.
Yes.
I need your help tying balloons or something.
Yeah.
And then she would have just friends. None of them were employees or anything. They just were like, oh, okay, Chrissy's going to pay for dinner or something.
Right.
And we'll just come hang out. And that was like always, that was just my childhood. Like that just felt normal to me, where other people may hear that and be like, what the heck? That's so awful. And for me, I'm like, dude, that was what it was. Like, I love that stuff. So the fact that you did that just warms my heart.
Totally.
That's so cool. Okay. So to wrap up the review, so he talks about the glue.
Oh, this is great.
So let's, I'm going to read this last line. The pieces slowly creeped their way down my throats. I like how he has two throats.
Yes.
He has multiple throats, by the way. His throats, much like glue, slowly oozing down the surface. Collectively, the experience was not one I would pay to relive. So do you think, so the way that this is descriptive, we've kind of skipped over a lot of this other stuff that we usually talk about, but like, I think this is a real person.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Eric D existed.
Can we please refer to him as Eric D?
Eric D. Eric D.
Thank you.
Sorry, Eric. Eric D. I think Eric D. is a real human being.
I think so too.
I think he spent obviously time writing this. He maybe enjoys.
Yeah, this is long.
This is long. Maybe he is a writer. I don't know. He's very descriptive.
Clearly a writer.
He clearly enjoys this stuff. I just wish it's comical. So I'm a little bit more like, okay, whatever. But just why did not come back? Like, come up back to the truck.
Yeah, I don't understand
say,
that.
Dude, look at my smoothie. Like, whatever. I worked at a Chick-fil-A. People would come all the time. Oh, look at my sandwich. There's you're missing a pickle or whatever. And it's like, okay,
those pickles are
those pickles on there. You need two on there. They got to be, I forget the phrase. They got to be mating. No. Oh, dating, not mating. So it means the pickles, they're next to each other, not over each other. Yep. So
Holy
they're
cow.
Dating, not mating.
I am using that term.
So
mine are orgy. I need like 25 pickles on my sandwich. So mine are not even dating. Mine are like a mesh.
Swinging or something. I don't know what's going on.
They're like a hot tub swinger group,
That'll be the next show. Hot tub swinger group. So I mean, he could have come back up to the truck. He didn't.
Right.
Clearly, and he probably drank the whole thing.
Oh.
I mean, he doesn't say that he didn't drink it, right?
Right.
I mean, he just says, I would suggest.
He didn't say it went in the trash.
Yeah,
I've seen other ones where people are like, it went straight into the trash. And I was like, why did you just throw $8 away, buddy? Come on back.
And I love how he calls it an investment at one point.
Yeah.
I decided to give my $5 investment a taste. Yeah. Like that is where you should tell he was just picking up steam.
Oh, yeah.
And having fun.
He was ready to go.
Having fun with it.
Yeah.
So do you read these reviews, and maybe not this one in particular, maybe other ones, where it ever changed like how you do something in the business? Where you're like, oh geez, we need to I don't know, do something else to the smoothie so it doesn't look that way or whatever. Was this one of those, or do you even recall this one?
So I stay off Yelp.
Yeah.
I think Yelp is nothing but bad reviews.
It's toxic.
Yeah, it's toxic. Mm-hmm. I want a good mixture of reviews because I want to know what we're doing right so we can keep doing that. But I also want to know what we're doing wrong. I appreciate a person that comes back.
Yeah.
I appreciate someone that'll email us. I appreciate someone that'll drop a review on our Square because it's not public. like.
Oh, yeah.
You
Because
know?
that's more like feedback.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. And if you drop me a comment on Square, 100%
Mm-hmm.
of the time, you're either getting a refund if you did not enjoy it,
Sure.
or if you loved it and you give us great feedback, I'm sending you $1 for the next time you come. Every single review we get on Square, because they're private.
Summer, that's awesome.
They're private, and they are usually very good feedback.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of
Yeah.
that. Huh. Okay.
And everybody has an option to review
Yeah,
as soon as
they
you.
do.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So Yelp I stay off of,
Yeah.
but there, I was looking back through some of the just Google reviews, and there was a time when we got these frozen pineapples that wouldn't break up in the blender, and
Okay.
so people would get a chunk of pineapple at the bottom and then some milk with like kale kind of in it,
yeah.
And we didn't realize it was doing that until somebody reviewed us.
Sure.
So
And then you're like-
and then I was like, oh crap,
Yeah.
make me a smoothie,
Yeah.
and they made me a smoothie, and I was like, this is awful.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we didn't even realize it because
Sure.
we had switched the brand of,
See, and
pineapple we're using.
And that's good. That's where like a good business owner takes uses the review, uses it for good, like,
Right.
because it is hard. It is almost like paralyzing when you read some of them, because you're just like, oh my gosh, like there's maybe like one sliver of truth in it,
Right.
And then the rest of it is just frustration, which
Yes.
again is understandable.
Sure.
But it's hard to like really take that and like find things in there to be better. But when you really do, then you find things, you're like, oh shoot, yeah, we really do that
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
or whatever. So
Yeah.
okay. Final thing before we
Yes.
wrap up, I get to be Eric D. I'm Eric D.
Yeah.
I'm from Amarillo.
Yeah.
I'm in here in the studio with you.
Right on.
You get to say one final parting shot to me, Summer.
Oh
you get to tell me something. I'm here. I'm not angry. I enjoyed my glue apple spice $5 investment. But do you have any final words for Eric? For me?
Eric, I'm from the South, and what I have learned over my course of time, my life, my 42 years, is that the best thing that I can say to you right now is, bless your heart, and here's your $5.
I love it. Bless you.
Bless your heart, sweetie.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll take my $5. Now my $5 would be like $9, but so now really I got a deal.
For sure,
So,
yeah, you did.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
you did.
Oh, Summer,
Yeah, you
this is
did.
incredible. So,
Yeah.
anything's going on right now in the business world? Any new updates? Any
I mean,
things?
nothing right now.
Okay.
I'm actually like trying to pull things in a little closer.
Pull things in?
Yeah. And just spend a lot of time. Went through a divorce in
Sure.
2020, and so that's been a.
Always fun. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I forgot what my favorite color was till like 2 weeks ago. I told my best friend the other day, I was
that's what
like,
I like.
my favorite color is pink. And
Yeah.
she was like, thank God, finally.
You're back.
Yeah.
Here you
Because for the
are.
last 2 years, I've been like, is it green? Is it purple? Is it
Oh, my
orange?
gosh.
Maybe I like teal.
Well,
Who
you
knows?
can't. You came back into town maybe like. Was it 5-6 months ago
Yeah,
or
like
something
5
like that?
months
And it
ago.
was just great. I think
Man,
I was
I'm
like,
so
I
glad
think
to
I
be
saw
back.
your post or something. I was like, summer's back. Like it just
Yes.
kind of feels right.
Yeah.
And I know those like Waco kind of staple entrepreneurs at some point, get their wings and fly off or whatever. But it's always like nice when they can kind of stay closer to home, at least
Yes.
for a little bit.
Waco's where I belong.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be a gypsy
Sure.
and travel around and
Yeah.
do all this cool stuff. And it turns out that I'm a super rooted person. I really
good.
like to be in the same place, the same spot all the time.
Yeah, for sure, for
Like
sure.
people think I'm a wild card, but
Yeah.
really I'm
Really,
like
it's just-
at the gym every morning at 5:30 and at work every
Yeah.
day at 9. And,
have
like
your routine and
super
you get it
routine
done.
in bed by 9 p.m.
Yeah,
That's
well,
not a joke. Don't text me at 9:05.
Yeah, because I won't respond. Well, you wouldn't be this successful if you didn't have that mentality.
Yeah.
And I think personalities is one thing, and then work ethic and the skill sets you have and things like you have all that and stuff. So
you.
we're glad you're back into town, and
Thanks.
I appreciate you coming on One Star.
For sure.
Thanks, man. All right. Well, Summer, have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too.
And we'll catch you later.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.